Hey guys, so it is Calm the Chaos with Kathleen and Master RDY, Season 1, Episode 15, and it is wow, that's live. So I've been sick the last little bit because, my body hates me, as we know. We don't consider she's her own personality, and we don't like her. First chance I get, I'm divorcing her and getting a new body. So I had been home reading, resting, doing the things, and today Teddy had the fishing rodeo at one of the parks here where I live. And yeah, I had my shirt on backwards. Like, I get there and my dad's like, your shirt's on backwards. So I literally fixed my shirt like in front of everyone. I just like put my sleeves in and twisted it around. So that's how my day started. My shirt was on backwards. So Teddy caught one fish, and it swallowed the hook. So when they were trying to get the hook out, the fish died. But there was a lot of people there, and there was no way Teddy was winning. So we gave the fish to someone who could use it and do something with it, and he got mad at us. So, but I had the idea. We have a farmers market. I went last week, and I showed you my spools from that farmers market last week. Well, I went back this week, but this time I took some business cards from the family business, and I was passing them out. And because I made Teddy angry, and I tend to grovel when I make him angry. I bought him the thing that he wanted last week, but I got this week. Is that cool? I'm easily amused. I think it's cool. But this was somebody made there, and I got this ring, which is really pretty. I think it's a mood ring because it changes colors. And then I got this notebook because it, has Miss Pickles on it, so I had to, or book stuff. And then you can't see her, but I'll grab her. Hold on 1 second. So if anyone knows Land Before Time, Sarah. Well, her name's Sarah, but when I was little, I couldn't say my R's, or L, so I called Sarah Sarah. And Triceratops is my favorite dinosaur, mainly because of her. And so a little girl made this. Yeah, she's a little bit older than Teddy. She made this. Ain't that super cool and talented? She's super talented. So of course I bought it, and I'll put it back on my bookshelf because that's where I had it. I also ran into a classmate that I haven't seen in many, many moons. I'm not telling you how long it's been since I've been in school because I'm young and vibrant and beautiful, and I'm timeless, and no one guesses my age right. I get everything. I never get my actual age. I've maybe gotten my actual age maybe 5 times in my whole entire lifetime. Everyone says I'm much younger, which I'm okay with that. And I know they're not lying to me because I can tell when people are lying to me for the many, many years I've been studying profiling. So there's that. Unless you're a psychopath or a sociopath, then I guess I can't tell when you're lying because you're a sociopath and I don't, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I ran into her and we got to talking. I was asking about her life and how she was, and she was asking me about myself, and we started talking about another classmate who passed away not that long ago, and how sudden it was, and how it was like, oh, she was there and then she wasn't. I mean, she had some health issues, but it was just like they thought, okay, she's doing better, and then she wasn't, and then she was gone. And it made me think about my last several years of high school. My first real boyfriend I had was emotionally abusive. Like, he was telling me he loved me when he was 16. I was 16. He was like talking about marriage, and it freaked me out. I did love him. I know I did. I loved him. I might love him still. Like, I think a part of me always will. But he was awful. He was awful. He had everybody and his brother convinced that I was a cheater and a liar. I had nothing to lie or cheat. I had nothing to lie about. I can't lie. Most of y'all who know me knows I can't lie. I just don't. But he had everybody convinced I was this horrible person when I was just a kid. You know, I'm not saying I didn't make mistakes. I made mistakes. But he made my last several years of high school a living, well, life for a better word, hell. He made my life a living hell. And like, he tortured me. Like, he'd tell me he loved me and then tell me he hoped I died. And I was young. And like, it messed with me. And it was around that point that my biological father told me that he pushed my mother down and told me she'd miscarry me. And it was funny, I didn't notice until that point that my biological father and this first boyfriend had very similar personalities. And it took a long time for me to realize I have more self-worth in that this guy clearly had issues that he had to work through, and like clearly he was battling his own demons, his very ugly, heartless demons. And like I think I forgive him. I think I want to say that I do, but I don't know. It's something I have to work through. Like, you know, I know that I have dreams about him and our situation constantly, but I think that has more to do with the lack of closure, because I didn't really get closure. I never did. And because I have no romantic inclinations toward this man. I haven't in many, 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 many years. But I think it's because of how hard it was on me when I was a kid. I think that pain is still there. Um, but yeah, so those last several years of high school, I isolated. I only hung out with a few people. So all these people that I had been friends with throughout my school year or throughout my school life, they kind of dropped from the wayside because they had their own things, and I just kind of lost touch with them. And it made me kind of sad because life is short. Life is short. And after Brianna died, it made me think about it. It did actually. I wanted to reach out to all these people then, but I was afraid it would come off insincere. So I didn't. So I just prayed for them and hoped that they were okay. But I have thought about them several times over the years. There's a lot of time that went by, and it just felt like I had no place in their life anymore. But I did reach out to them today after talking to Jamie, and I'm very thankful that I did talk to Jamie because everything happens the way it's meant to. And clearly I was meant to run into her today and have that conversation with her and be thinking about the things I thought about. Because when I was in high school and I was going through this, it was awful. It was awful. And, especially one thing in particular that's in the back of my mind. It's one of the, I've been made fun of my disability my whole entire life. My whole entire life. It hurts. It does. It hurts. But I remember my last week of high school, he had his buddies calling me Nemo. Nemo. Finding Nemo, because Nemo had the deformed wing, or fin, not wing, fin. And yeah, that's, even now I still can't watch Little Nemo without thinking about that, or Finding Nemo without thinking about that. It was just, I pray he's not as ugly as he used to be. I hope not. I hope that he grew up and he's a better human. But yeah, that's the thing. I don't think about that stuff, but running into Jamie, and it reminded me of my life back then, and my failings and my lack of communication. And I hope to be better, because life is short. I've had 13 near-death experiences. I hope that I can get to know them again and have them in my life in some capacity, because that would be awesome. But here I am. I literally ran through these whole almost 10 minutes. I am functioning. I am mostly well. My body, I've been sick, so you know how my body is. I talk about it all, constantly. I will divorce her the first chance I get. But I'm doing good. It's just today was emotional for me, and I hope y'all have a beautiful rest of your Saturday and Sunday, and I'll see you soon. I love you guys. I hope y'all have a good day.